As you can tell, the garage is looking a little bit different right now. We'll address that in a future video. Today we're focusing on the F12. This video is kind of just dialing this thing in. So I always say this, it's like we're always dialing this thing in. But of all my bikes, this has been the only one where it's like, just still doesn't feel exactly 100% to me. So one of the main things I always talk about in every video while riding this scooter is this rear shock being probably the most bounciest shock I've ever felt. Alright, I went ahead and ordered a MALOSSI shock for it and a stage 6 clutch, so we'll get back to work once those come in. And I'm also going to retune the carb a little bit, and then we should be able to get a good ride in on the F12 and feel its real potential. Now, I'm certain it's going to run better. Malaguti pulled out again because today I'm going to strip the seat and the plastics off, and I'm going to change the jetting and the carb. Once again, I got some smaller jets now, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. But before I pull that off, we got some goodies right here to just look at real quick. From Scooter Swap Shop that came in. Ordered this belt forever ago. It was on back order. Boom. Oversized belt. That was actually supposed to be a spare belt that I was going to bring on the ride in Seattle. So what good did that do us? But anyways, here now. Now I have a spare belt. So we got some other stuff in here. What in the world is that? Is that... Bro, it looks like poop. Alright, I don't know what that is. Got some slaps. We got the Halloween slap on there. We got some packages. This package right here is the one we've been waiting for the F12. So, should have a shock, a clutch. How retro the box looks. And stage 6 clutch for the F12. I like this clutch because you can adjust it from the outside, whereas the Plany you have to take the whole thing apart and like take the clutch off. Technically this one you can just take the clutch bell off and then you can just tighten it right here where the pads go, so way more convenient.
Jim Marshon would eliminate Palin voting. He's a 2020 election denier.
I forgot it was red and white. Yeah, it's gonna match perfectly with the F12. Let's see if the new shock helps with any of that. Shock side by side. Kind of similar. Malossi's a lot bigger, just looks like a little better of a build. But everything else looks pretty damn the same. So I'm gonna throw it right on. Looks like we got the same setup. It's a little bit longer, as you can tell, so it should give it a little bit of a better stance. I more just want it to be stiffer. I need something a little stiffer and I think just better absorbing. So I think this oil shock was blown out and the spring was stiff, so it was really bouncy. Whereas this one should be dampening and shock friendly. New shocks in. Honestly, feels better. Feels like it takes it comes up slower, it doesn't rebound as fast, but I honestly was hoping it'd feel better for how much this thing costed. So, but we won't know till we ride it, so we're gonna ride it tomorrow. So if you can see, the front is like super bad too, but I know these shocks are blown out because when we have it strapped down in the truck and when it's just sitting here, it leaks all this fork oil out. It's the front. Now it's time for front suspension too. One last thing I do have for the scooter though today is grips. I'm not a fan of how these grips feel. They feel really weird and there's like a weird shape to it where the middle sticks up higher. I don't know, I never liked them. So I just got some ODI Moto grips. Some pretty plain ones, and we're just gonna slide those on. A lot thinner feel. These feel like really fat and just like foamy. It almost feels like a flip-up scooter you buy from Walmart. A little slice down the old grip. Throw that puppy away. Some grip stick. Some grip. Already got the almost knocked over. Already got this side on. Feels way better. And then throw some grip stick in here and throw this one on. F12 is cold. So it's time to try out this shock on the F12. We still got a few things to put on the F12. I got a brand new Contra right here, 2000 spring for it, and we got the new stage 6 clutch over there. So we still got work to do on the F12, but I want to try out this new shock before we put in work again. So. Alright, shock feels a lot better, but F12 just never runs happy, bro. I must say, this is probably my least happy running scooter. I don't know what it is, bro. Definitely feels better with this shock though, doing wheelies, that's for damn sure. But F12 is still not a happy scooter. But yeah, the shock sits higher now. Because of the shock sitting higher now, I could see over the bars more when I wheelied. Before it was like a chopper. Like it was so soft in the back, and it sat lower. Yeah, it feels good now in the shock wise. Well, that's a good sign at least. This is where usually it'll stall out on me. Let's see what happens. Alright boys, I'm getting tired of this F12, but I think I'm coming to a little bit of a conclusion right now. So, I dropped the jet sizes. I dropped the main jet about 10 sizes down. I dropped the pilot jet about 6 sizes down, and the thing is still not happy. So if you listen, let me start it up. I mean, you just saw me in the riding clips, so it likes it, right? So you hear that gargling right there, right? Now that sounds like it's getting way too much fuel, which is crazy to me, which is crazy because of how small the jets are in this thing, right? So it's not getting enough air. So what I've done, pretty much done everything I can do with this current setup. So here's what I'm resulting to. The carb is too small. No matter what I do, the bike's not getting enough air, which it's getting too much fuel. No matter how much minimal fuel I give it, it's still too much fuel. So what I'm thinking is this carb is just not big enough. It's not breathing enough. It's a CP19 carb, and I'm thinking this bike wants a little bit bigger. So I think my only option currently have to try right now is to pull one of these CP21mm carbs off one of my other bikes, put it on there, and see if it makes the difference at all that I need. Hard to really see the difference, but as you see, you can see this one's a little bigger right there, bad boy. Boom. Well, I'm not even sure what jets are in this, but it's a Yasuni R with a Polini Corsa. It's an MK2 with a C16. Obviously a more aggressive setup, but if anything, it should be running lean then, right? So the problem I'm having is that the bike's running stupid rich. So I'm just going to throw this carb in, see how it runs. If it runs super lean, obviously I go up from there, but I'd rather see a big difference from rich to lean than just try to swap jets and really not see much of a difference. So, alright boys, well, like I said 4 videos ago, I thought the carb was the issue. Today, when I was messing with it a bunch, changed the jet sizes drastically, I realized that the carb was probably just too small. And, well boys, we put on a CP21 just now, and this bike sounds the happiest it's ever been. So I think it's now time where I can actually tune this bike correctly, because it's been idling, and that was the biggest issue whenever it came to a stop or idle, it would bog out. Wide open, never bogs. Alright, let's not be surprised if this thing sounds like way out of tune, way lean, anything like that, because we've been tuning this thing with the funky setup the whole time. So who knows what combo we got going right now. We're kind of just rolling with it. Feeling like a pre-bug right now though. I'm liking it, boys. I love how my test, look at that new shock. I love how my test is just wheelies. 11.5 on the tack already. Hit 11.5 a lot faster than I usually did, so. We still got a new clutch and contra to try in this thing too. That's 50 miles per hour. 55. Oh, it sounds good. Wow, boys, the F12 is feeling right now. Can jump into it now. The shock's feeling good. Listen to that chop on it. This thing's happy, boys. No way. Dude, the F12, man. I never thought I'd see the day. As you can see, we got both carbs taken apart right now. And I'm keeping the 21 mil on the F12. So, pre-bug Zuma blue and white one, you're done. You're done for a while until I decide to order a new carb for you. It had 100 and, wait, what was the main in it? So there's a 108 main in it, so I'm gonna put a 104 main in it, and then it had a 40 pilot in it. Yeah, 40 pilot, and I'm gonna put a 36 in to try.
That was the one.
And on a 30 roll. That was 60 right there. 250 on the temps. Remember, this is air cooled, boys. This is an air cooled mineral. 20 roll. This is uphill too. 290 on the temp. I feel like we can almost up the main a little bit. Keep the pilot where it's at and up the main one maybe. I don't know, it's cooling right down though. That's a good sign. That was pinned for a while right there. Back right down to 260 too. That officially does it for tuning the F12. Well, not basic tuning the F12. The F12 runs, it's running good right now. Now it's time to do some little changes to the clutch, stuff like that. But I just didn't want to, you know, I kept changing everything. I never got the bike dialed in. So bike's dialed in. I kind of got an idea of what it likes carb setup wise. Engine wise, it's seeming very happy right now, so I'm stoked. This is the best it's ever ridden. Now we just get to even make it better and better. So we made the shock, made the whole thing ride 100 times better. As you saw, the front suspension's still pretty blown out. Back wise, feels way better when you're doing a wheelie. We're not worried about the front. The front's not, you know, we're leaving the front up in the air. Feels like a whole new bike now compared to last time. I'm stoked on this. More to come with the F12. That's gonna do it for this one. Wait, what?
Let's see you get busy. Please.
Really?
Yeah.